Have you ever felt overwhelmed and frustrated by the growing amount of responsibilities in your life? Felt like there's just not enough time in a day to turn off all the spiritual fires, the crises that are constantly exploding around you? Are you enduring many sleepless nights trying to resolve the problems of others as they sleep peacefully in their beds? Is your health suffering as a consequence of neglecting to recognize and address the warning signs that you're taking on too much? Or have you come to believe that your deteriorating health is just one of the acceptable side effects of your devotion and faithful servitude to the Lord? And though to die in Christ is definitely a gain, as the Apostle Paul states, we must not forget that the Spirit of God dwells within us, and it is our responsibility to take care of our bodies by providing much needed rest and relaxation, so that we can have a renewed mind and body to complete the work that God has given us to do. The wise Solomon states in Ecclesiastes that everything has its season. But if this is true, why are there so many faithful servants of God who secretly struggle with frustration, exhaustion, the feeling of inadequacy, as they desperately try to find balance in their home lives, responsibilities to the church, and to remain vigilant to their spiritual and physical needs, who feel burnt out even before they've fully grown into the leaders that God has proposed them to be, because they perceive their load to be unmanageable and unsustainable, but remain out of a sense of commitment to God? Is this what was intended with the statement, "Too much is given, much is required"? If you're feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, ready to throw in the towel, if you feel inadequate for the task at hand, if doubt has crept into your mind, has God really called me for a time like this to lead a people like this? I encourage you not to quit. Don't quit. God has a word for you.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 17. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, The thing that thou do is not good. Thou wilt surely wither away both thou and this people that is with you, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it by thyself, not alone. A leader in its most simplest definition is one who leads. What they lead can vary. A board, an organization, a congregation, a men or women society club. A man is the leader of his home. Parents lead their children. We are all called to lead those in darkness to Christ. Moses is one of the Bible's greatest leaders, not just because of what God accomplished through him, but how he grew into the role of a leader in spite of his flaws. Moses was called to carry a tremendous task of freeing a large nation from the firm grip of a cruel Pharaoh after 400 years, taking them across the Dead Sea into the wilderness to walk around in circles for 40 years, all the while dealing with a people whose mentality refused to leave captivity. Today's leadership requirements pale in comparison to that of Moses. To say that Moses must have felt overwhelmed is an understatement. But Moses did not start off as such a great leader, though he always had the traits of one. He was fair, caring, and firm. But God had to bring out the leader that was inside of Moses. Moses questioned God, and he tried to persuade God to send someone else. He did not always know God well enough to describe him. Who shall I tell the people you are? What if they won't follow me? He had physical limitations that he perceived was not leader quality. He did not have the ability to speak well. Boy, can I relate to that issue. Leadership takes sacrifice, advanced planning, time, and experience. It took God over 80 years of working with Moses to bring out the Moses with the powerful rod. In chapter 18, Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, has just reunited Moses with his wife and his children. And Moses tells Jethro all that God has done. His father-in-law rejoices with Moses and the people. Wise leaders keep positive people close to their camp, those who rejoice in their victory. The following day, Jethro, a leader himself, observes how Moses leads the people and quickly identifies areas of concern. Jethro's own leadership experience quickly seizes up the situation, but also the solution, and offers constructive advice. This is a crucial detail for overwhelmed leaders. Seek wise counsel from those who have successfully overcome the hurdles you're currently facing. Jethro sees the following issues. Moses is listening to the people's issue from morning until evening. The people are consuming his time and his energy. And as the nation grows, Moses' leadership method would not be sustainable. A task too great. What Moses was doing might have worked in the short run, but simply would not work out in the long run. The advice his father-in-law gives him. 1. Take the people's need to God. It is not your job to fix all the problems in your congregation. It is not your job to try to change the mind of the world. It is our job as leaders to take the burdens to God. Teach the people to fight. He tells them to teach them the law, teach them the way, and have them work it. They must put in the work to resolve their own issues. Select able men. Delegate. Not just anyone, but able men, men that fear God. Able men, men who are already working. Not lazy people. Lazy people will be lazy people with a title. Unresponsible people will be unresponsible people with a title. Men that fear God. If there is one area that leaders fail at, which causes them unnecessary burdens, is picking the wrong people to support them and picking them for the wrong reasons. Moses listened to his father-in-law, another crucial part of learning to become a better leader. To take wise counsel. Moses had more time to talk to God, to teach the law. He raised new leaders, one being Joshua, who one day would be Moses' replacement. If you're feeling overwhelmed or discouraged, read the story of Moses. It is a good witness to all leaders. For leadership is an honor and a privilege, as we influence so many lives. The problem is never the calling, because God does not make mistakes. The issue can be in how we are executing that calling. So rest up, delegate the work, for you have a long journey ahead of you.